So are you prepping or are you hoarding? Because I think a lot of people are going to realize that when they thought they were prepping, not so much. And I don't want to say, nah, they were just hoarding, because that's probably not what their intent was. But in reality, that's what the actions, or more accurately, the lack of actions has caused. So let's talk about that a little bit. I know lately I've been kind of cold towards the prepping content creators for good reason. They deserve every damn bit of it. They have still gaslighted anything to do with the coordination of recovery. Isn't that mind-blowing that the prepping channels are gaslighting the idea of coordinating recovery? Remember that when they're asking you to go to their Patreon and their locals and this and that and the other thing. They are completely gaslighting this topic. So, in the long and short of it, you know, I could sit there and I could go down through the list of all the different items that I've ran across, and I will do that. And that way it might give you a little head start. But there is a number of raw materials that if you want to continue life, you're going to have to get. So it's just, it's a matter of defining what those are and realizing that our preparedness needs to go further than just having it stored back. Well, let's take salt, for instance. Okay, we've got a big, I don't know how heavy it is, 20 pound, 25 pound bag of salt, and then we got a bunch of the 1 pound whatever. But that's just the salt to get us past the bump. That's not intended to see us to the end of our days, right? And I hope that the majority of people out there don't feel like the food that they put back and the supplies that they put back is going to take them to the end of their days. And in fact, I hope it doesn't. I hope they live much longer than what their food supplies are. That's kind of the whole point of me making these videos and blowing my trumpet at the false prophets and the false preparers, if you will, that's on YouTube. Because again, none of them talk about coordinating that recovery, and that is what's important. Sure, you've got to have your supplies to get past that bump, but if you don't have a plan in place beforehand for recovery, aren't you just planning to fail? And that's my question to all these gaslighting prepper channels out there. Aren't you just preparing to fail? You have no plans in place for recovery. You're so hell-bent about the Hollywood prepper fantasies and why you gotta have 15 AR-15s and 50 million rounds of ammunition, right? You'll talk about that to the end of time. But I don't hear jack about coordinating recovery. Not jack. My question to you is, what's your purpose? What's your point? If it's not to try to stimulate a recovery for your fellow brothers and sisters, what the hell are you doing? You that self-important that you feel like, oh, hell with everyone else. Only I need to survive. Really? Do preppers have the right mindset? Or is there something really amiss with all this? Folks need to do some soul searching. Folks need to start learning the difference between right and wrong. Folks need to start accepting right and rejecting wrong. I don't know, folks. I just came here to help. I didn't come here to pawn a bunch of shit off on you. I didn't come here to get a bunch of money. I didn't come here to fill my ego. No, didn't even want to come here. But I'm here because I'm obedient to the Father. The Father says people need to get their asses in gear and coordinate for their recovery. Shalom.